Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm saying the morning because we all just woke up. It is your midweek war, even though it's really not that much of a war this week. Slight disclaimer before I introduce my co-hosts. Destination America did not show Impact Wrestling this week. Also, I watched a little thing called Star Wars last night, so I didn't get in until 3 in the morning. So we will not be having an Impact or a Ring of Honor show this week. But we will be doing predictions for Final Battle before we get into TakeOver. And with me doing predictions is Tonio Garza. How are you, sir?
Hey, Micah. I'm doing pretty good. I just woke up and I look more beautiful than both of you guys. Cheers.
Always modest as ever.
Wow.
And with us always is, hey, it's Amen. Ooh, the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling in Texas.
Wow. let's leave it to London. Let's keep that there.
All right. God damn it, Amen. All right. Well, all right. Like I said, before we get into an awesome takeover, we're going to do some quick Final Battle predictions. So, Tonio Garza, do you have the card?
I have the card ready. Okay, so let's start with our pre-show match. The match that no one is waiting for. Well, maybe Cheeseburger's mother.
I'm excited for the pre-show match.
Okay.
Oh,
So, Matt, Mike, and Cheeseburger's mother. First match, Cheeseburger versus Brutal Bob Evans. I'm going to give it to Cheeseburger because it doesn't make sense to not have him win against that trainer. Mike?
I'm going Cheeseburger, yeah. Cheeseburger.
Amen?
Double DQ. The feud's going to last forever.
Yeah, I know. Sadly. Okay, so let's start the actual show. The first match. Dalton Castle, the Peacock, versus Silas Young with the boys.
Right.
Want to go first, Mike? Yeah.
Well, why are we having this match?
Because
It kind of seems like the boys want to stay with Silas.
If we have a show to rate Ring of Honor this week, I would say that was the worst thing that they could have done to show that the boys already want to stay. But oh well. I'm having Dalton Castle with a swerve of the boys.
yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I think it's some sort of swerve of some sort.
I really hope you're right, but I have a feeling Ring of Honor is going to be completely fucking stupid and Silas Young's going to win.
I can see it happening too. Maybe the Beer City Brewster will become a boy.
Either that, or the boys are going to split up. Like, one's going to want to go with Dalton, and one's going to want to stay with Silas, and then, they'll have to give the boys individual names.
Yeah.
Or two, they'll just be pitting boy versus boy on the next show, which I don't even know if that works. But see if this was NXT, they'd have a parody video of Dalton Castle and Silas Young singing "The Boys Are Mine." Okay, what else we got, Garza?
Next match, we have the returning one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Matt Sydal, and Motivation ACH versus the KRD, which is The Addiction and Chris Sabin. I gotta go with the Alex Shelley team because he's returning. I really don't know. I could go anyway.
Yeah, I know Shelley, I guess, was on commentary this week, and I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but obviously we don't fully know the whole story of him coming back or whatever. Yeah, I'll go with Shelley. I think Shelley would be a safe bet in this.
All right, I'm going to give Ring of Honor a little credit and say that they're not going to forget that ACH and Seidel had a best-of-5 match, And there's going to be some tension there, and I say the KRD is going to take advantage of it. I say they're going to win.
Okay, that's good. Next match, a three-way tag team match to determine the number one contendership for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. We have them boys, the Briscoes, we have the Young Bucks, and we have the All Night Express. Personally, I think 2016 is going to be the year where they rebuild the Briscoes as the best tag team in the world, because it's been several years since they haven't been considered the best in the world. So I think the Briscoes take this one.
I could definitely see that. I think they're also kind of really hinting towards the All Night Express going up to the belts next. They're really playing on the fact that they never lost the belts, basically, and I could see them taking this. I could see All Night Express getting the win here.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go Young Bucks.
Why not?
Because it's very difficult to bet against the Young Bucks. Also, you have the Kingdom, and the Bullet Club still have a little bit of a rivalry going. And I think that's something that they haven't fully explored yet, and they would like to.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. Next match, we have Moose versus Michael Elgin. I think that CC has to be
Big Mike. Hashtag Big Mike.
Yeah. I think that CC has to be Michael Elgin if he's challenging for the title at Wrestle Kingdom.
That's true, yeah. I would go with Elgin as well. I think Moose will put up a good showing, though. Definitely. Yeah, I think this could be has the potential of being a really fun match because I think Moose has improved a great deal. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna give it to Elgin too. They've been building up his time in Japan a lot, especially if they're going back to Wrestle Kingdom, where he got serious or whatever. But yeah, I think it's gotta be Michael Elgin. Moose isn't ready for a title shot yet.
Next match, a fight without honor. Adam Cole, baby, versus Bobby O'Reilly.
Bobby O'Reilly.
Bobby O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly. So this is a hard one because it could either really go to either guy. I think since they already did Kyle O'Reilly as a world title challenger, I'm gonna go with Adam Cole.
I could see that. I think there's still a little left for Kyle O'Reilly's world title run, and I think just for this being like the big show, I think O'Reilly can definitely take it. I'm going to go with O'Reilly in this one.
Well, building off a theme I'm kind of just developing in my head, I think Adam Cole takes it. He's been one of the standouts in Ring of Honor to me. Kyle O'Reilly hasn't done jack, personally, to establish himself as a top guy for me. And I think Adam Cole is going to take it.
Okay. Next match, a singles for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Bobby Fish challenges Roderick Strong.
Sorry, did you say Roderick Strong?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, I just dozed off hearing his name.
So it has to be Roderick Strong for me. I don't see them taking the title away so fast.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's probably going to retain here. They may possibly. I think would also. I don't know if they would try to do this, but they may hint to some dissension with Fish and O'Reilly. If O'Reilly wins against Cole and maybe goes after the title still, and Fish kind of, I don't know if they'll necessarily do that, but there's a chance of it. But yeah, I'd go with Roderick Strong here. Roddy versus the world or whatever.
I would love to see Bobby Fish win because the last time he was on commentary, he actually, entertained me. Something that Roderick Strong hasn't done, with his mouth anyway. But yeah, Roddy's going to take it here. But I feel like this Roddy versus the world thing, there might be an extra match afterwards. I'm not sure with who. Maybe for someone debuting or returning. I I feel like Roddy's not leaving Final Battle with the title, but I don't feel like Bobby Fish is going to win.
Hmm.
If that makes sense. Like I think there's gonna be some chicanery here. Like we haven't heard from Cedric Alexander in a while. That's what I'm
True.
saying.
Okay. Next match. For the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, we have the Kingdom of Michael Bennett and Matt Taven defending against War Machine, Hanson, and Raymond Rowe.
Definitely want to lean towards War Machine. I'm big fans of War Machine. I think they have a chance of taking it. I think they've done enough in their time in Ring of Honor to kind of earn a tag title. I think I'll go with that.
All right. Yeah. As much as we do love friend of the show Ray Rowe, they're not winning.
No.
The Kingdom. I think the Kingdom is taking this. As when we get to the final thing, I'm gonna go into my huge overall prediction. But yeah, I think the Kingdom's still walking away with this.
I don't know. I think they would want to go with War Machine, but at the same time, with the whole New Japan thing going on, I think Kingdom should retain the titles, especially because they have the little tour afterwards.
And especially since the next show is called Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like the beating War Machine gave the Kingdom some weeks ago. I don't know, like a month ago, was really really big. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Kingdom too. And our final match, the Ring of Honor World Championship. Jay Lethal with Truth Martini defense against Bullet Club's AJ Styles. It has to be Jay Lethal. Unfortunately, Wrestle Kingdom pretty much spoiled this for us.
And also, I know AJ. I'm not sure of the update on AJ Styles, but I believe you had some injury that's keeping. They took him off a few New Japan shows, I know, and they're hoping that he'll be ready for Final Battle and Wrestle Kingdom. So with that up in the air, just considering this with the match, yeah, I agree. I think Jay Lethal has this. I think they've done a good job of selling the match still, like with especially the promo a few weeks ago with him and Styles. I thought was great. I think this match could tell a really good story. But yeah, I would lean towards Lethal retaining.
See, I'm going AJ Styles. I'm thinking the reason they pulled him from those couple of shows is because Ring of Honor said, hey, we're giving him the belt. We kind of don't want him to injure himself further.
Possibly.
And then, if you have AJ winning, if you have the Young Bucks winning, if you have Adam Cole winning, and you have the Kingdom winning, you can have a six-man feud with the tag titles and the world title all mushed in there with the Kingdom versus the Bullet Club.
I would love for that to happen, but I don't see AJ defending the title at Wrestle Kingdom anymore. So.
No, he doesn't have to.
Well, he kind of does.
Not really. You can have a six-man. You can have a six-man match. Kingdom versus Bullet Club. Imagine that as a main event. That'd be awesome.
No, but I'm talking Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Wrestle Kingdom's main event is Tanahashi versus Okada, and he's going against Nakamura.
Okay.
For the Intercontinental.
All right. Well, I didn't know what the Wrestle Kingdom card is, but I still think it might be AJ. I still think it's AJ.
Okay. Well, that was the card for Ring of Honor's Final Battle. Do you have any other predictions?
I'll probably watch it not live because I'm working.
Still prediction.
No,
but yeah, it is tonight, so anyone watching could definitely check that out.
Yeah, and we will have a report of it next week. Not sure when because Christmas falls on a Friday and Christmas Eve is on a Thursday, but we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something.
Alrighty.
All right, so now the real reason we're here, damn it, NXT TakeOver. All right, Garza, what was your one word?
In the theme, I'm gonna say mental.
All right, Eamon, what was your one Cockney word?
I don't know if it's caught me. Surprising.
All right. My one word was intriguing. Intriguing. All right. So let's get into it. Garza, what was your good from the show?
Uh, Guys, I am completely 100% sold on Dash and Dawson.
Yeah.
Those fuckers
Ah.
are awesome. Like, a personal thing that I love about wrestlers is when they're like super like intelligent on the wrestling, and they pick a part of your body and they will destroy it throughout the whole match.
Mhm.
And it's really hard to see that in tag teams. And we had that with Dash and Dawson. Like, I'm completely sold on their wrestling. I think Scott Dawson particularly is just like an amazing wrestler. He lacks personality like to 3 levels, but I love his wrestling. Yeah, I love his wrestling. I think if those guys can hook up like a really like heat-seeking manager, they could be huge.
I
So
can see that.
That's a really good point. Like,
I, I, I
yeah.
don't think I don't think Dawson's too bad on the mic. Like I like some of his promos, but I do
Mhm.
agree. Like maybe a more like a manager of some sort would help them a bit. But yeah, um, yeah, the tag match was great. Like going back to my word, like very surprising. I think I really thought this was Enzo and Cass taking this. Um, and I kind of like that they didn't, because like you have it's sometimes it's good to have those like big feuds where it seems like the good guy's finally gonna achieve their dream and get their goal or whatever, and then it doesn't happen when you think it does. Because we've had that with Bayley and we've had that with Sami Zayn and guys like that. So it's good to kind of throw a wrench in there and change things up a bit.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, the tag match was just very, very emotional. Because, like, you can tell, this was honestly Enzo and Cass's best match of their NXT career.
Yeah.
Especially Enzo. Like, Cass is usually the big hoss, he's the hot tag, but Enzo stepped it up. Enzo really, really did.
Yeah, I agree completely.
All right, Eamon, what was your good for the show?
I like a lot of this show. The one good, if I had to say, would probably be the opening match between Asuka and Emma. Very fun match. Told a really great story. I really like the near falls at the end and the chicanery and stuff like that they were doing with the ref getting knocked out and the whole stuff with the belt and uh, you know it played off of like previous stuff. You know what I mean? Like the whole like how what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago they came out to try to distract Asuka and she just blasted her opponent or whatever in the face. Like and I love that they played off of that in this match. Um, I really think this was really great. It made Emma look great, as well as Asuka. I think they both did a really solid job in this one.
Do you know what my favorite part of that match was, Eamon?
What's that?
When Emma ran with Asuka during the Irish Whip to put that much more force on it.
Mhm.
Like, that's something you don't see unless you're playing a video game and you gave someone the strong Irish Whip the strong Irish Whip move. Like Emma was throwing Asuka with such force into the buckle that she fell down face first.
It was really fantastic.
That shit was awesome. It was really, really good. Also, Emma's sunglasses need to be acknowledged.
Emma's sunglasses were pretty great. Quick side note, not having to do with the quality of the match, that I really loved watching, because I watched the match back like right after TakeOver was done. Um, there's a really funny part that will probably be in the next episode of Botchamania in that whole everybody speaks too loudly segment. Um, Emma gets a flurry of offense and hits her Emma Mite sandwich on Asuka, and then goes in for the cover. And you can hear very clearly referee Drake Worst going, "Please kick out," based off of the last time he refereed an Emma match.
That's right. That was the four-way in Brooklyn. Oh, God.
It was pretty funny.
Also, we need to give a supplemental good thing for Dana Brooke here.
Oh, she was great.
Oh, my God. Like, it's come together for Dana Brooke. She's the best. Like I tweeted when I was watching it, I want Dana Brooke to cheer me on at my job. She was really, really, really good. Did you guys see the post segment?
I did get to see that
Yes.
on the YouTube channel.
Uh-huh. It wasn't as funny as the post Brooklyn segment. We'll get that out of the way, but it was still really good.
It's interesting because it seems like they're still continuing with the feud. It seems far from done. And based off some of the stuff we had on the show, there seems to be a lot of interlocking feuds in the women now.
Mm-hmm.
It may go to Tonio's point, I think, a few weeks ago about them maybe leading to a four-way for the title.
I think we also might get a tag feud of sorts with Asuka and Bayley versus
Nia
and Eva and Emma and Dana.
That could be
Maybe.
good.
Like I would a triple threat Divas tag. That would be awesome. That would be really, really fun, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And plus, then you have Nia and Eva working with other people, so they don't have to be in there all the
Exposed.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My good thing, and I mean, we gotta say it, Balor and Joe.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. That was such a fun match. And it's nice that we did get to see the debut of Jack the Ripper. That was good.
For some reason that never crossed my mind when they were showing the promo videos like weeks before about that could be what Balor's doing.
Yeah, no, never crossed my mind at all.
Me neither.
No, and it really should have for all of us. But I do like that they're giving Balor specific entrances now. Like they're very much grooming him for the main roster.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. Joe, this was I loved the match. I thought it was really good. I don't know if it was better than that match with Ciampa.
I like the Ciampa more.
I think it was better in certain ways. Like the Ciampa match is great, but it also just tells a different story than the other match. I think this match was good. I think they both, especially like sort of the last few minutes of it, like the counter stuff and the stuff that they were doing there was real fun. I really liked it. Yeah, I think I liked that it was especially like all the champions retained on this show. I feel like they told a good story throughout the show, especially because once Dash and Dawson retained, people were thinking, oh, they may have a title change in the women's match or something like that. And then then Bayley retained, and people were like, oh wow, maybe they'll give it to Joe. Like maybe they'll give it,
Now, I have a question. You mentioned there were no title changes. Do you think that's because of the start time?
I don't think so. Because, they had a title change in Tokyo.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, the title change in Tokyo, everyone pretty much sensed was coming anyway.
I think it's more that they're going to want to hold the title change to Dallas because it's WrestleMania weekend. And they probably don't want to have someone have just like a 4-month run with the titles.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
I can see that, yeah.
Okay. All right. I was just curious because, like, this is the first time they've run a live special from the UK. I think it was really a trial run so they could do an actual WWE pay-per-view there.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked. Like, I thought there was very few, like, issues, I feel, with the... Like, I noticed there was some glitching in, like, the opening match. But,
well, did you watch it live?
I watched it live, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there was, like, some glitching in the opener, but it was nothing major.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see where WWE goes from here. I think they probably could do a live pay-per-view. I don't know if I'd suggest doing one of the big four.
Yeah. I would have to also look at, like, the viewership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many people actually watched it live,
Yeah. But, I watched it that night when I got home. So
yeah, and they replayed it. They replayed it throughout the day. So
yeah. Yeah, but I think they could do a lot. I think they could do a pay-per-view in the UK.
Especially on a Sunday, because most people on Sunday at 1 p.m. they're gonna be in their houses.
I hadn't even considered that. That makes
yeah.
Sunday at 3 p.m. That okay, yeah, that
the only real
that makes
factor was
a
that
lot of
Wednesday.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot that it was during the week and not on a weekend like a pay-per-view would be. That's a great point, Garza. That yeah, that makes more sense. All right. So Garza, what was your bad
Yep.
this week for Takeover?
Uh, my bad this week is again going to the Mechanics versus Enzo and Cass match. Not the match, but I particularly hated that they had Enzo and Cass cut that like awesome babyface promo at the start of the match, and then they lose clean. Like you're
Well, cleanish,
clean. It was pretty much clean.
cleanish,
Yeah, they didn't use Carmella. Like they followed the rules necessarily, but they were
and they
still.
hit Air Enzo too. Like they hit Air Enzo and then pulled out Enzo. So I don't know.
Cleanish.
Yeah,
I,
cleanish.
I
But
think, but I thought that got the crowd into it. Like I thought. I mean, obviously the crowd's gonna be into it no matter what. But
yeah,
I thought. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Like I said, I fully believed Enzo and Cass were winning this. There was like no doubt in my mind that they were winning this.
yeah.
But yeah.
I just didn't like the promo they cut because it pretty much shows that the babyfaces were wrong. They have to eat their words, and like we were saying last week, they failed to pull the trigger at Brooklyn, and now this one. So it's hard to think that Enzo and Cass deserve a third match unless it's in a cage or something. But
Either that, or they're just getting Enzo and Cass ready for the main roster.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, could you imagine an Enzo and Cass versus New Day promo?
it was
I mean, come on,
so much talking, so much
Enzo.
screaming.
Yeah, it'd be really, really good though.
It would be like that promo between Jay Lethal and Ric Flair, where they were wooing each other.
Yes, yes, it absolutely would.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be so good. All right, Eamon, what was your bad for a takeover?
It's hard to say because I thought there was a lot of good on the show. I guess I'll just slightly go to Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews. Like not, I still thought it was a good match, but maybe it just wasn't to the level that I kind of hoped it was. I still think I thought it was a well worked match. I liked I liked that when Baron hit like the end of days or whatever, I was like, oh, Apollo may kick out, and the fact that I like the fact that he didn't kick out. Like I don't think you should be kicking out the end of days just yet. But yeah, I liked it.
Did Joe kick out at the end of days?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think he ever hit him with the end of days, if I remember.
He countered it into the choke.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
okay.
counter. Like
Okay.
like I don't mind people countering it, but once you hit it, like I don't think people should be John
Yeah.
Cena in the end of days just yet.
That was a theme that I wasn't sure what they were doing all night because they took several finishers and they completely killed them. Like Corbin kicked out of Cruz's finisher, and then
But it wasn't the
Nia-
whole finish. It wasn't the whole finish. There wasn't the press slam and then the flip.
what
Yeah,
happened before the
because it was
flip?
right after the dropkick.
Yeah, okay.
And besides, that's a shit finish. Anyway.
And I think
He needs to
Corbin.
change
Well,
that.
actually, I think Cruz is trying to put over that new powerbomb as his finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he went for it, and Corbin countered it. So.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
I know what you mean with Nia and Bayley, and we'll
Yeah,
get to
they
that.
completely killed all her finishers.
Well, her finish is just like a.
She
Well,
hasn't
Comania
really-
disagrees.
She hasn't had a long enough career to establish that finish yet.
And not to knock the match, because I actually really did like the women's title match, but her finish is a very like short angle leg drop. Like if she got a lot of height on it, I could understand, but it's not like she's getting a lot of height on the leg drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Bayley also kicked out of that power slam thing she does.
I'm trying to think. Did she hit that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all right.
As a counter.
I'll get to my bad because my bad's about that match.
Okay.
Then we can finish talking about. My bad is gonna be the repetition of the choke by Bayley. Like, we didn't need to see it that many times, I don't think.
I will say the one thing about that match that I think makes it work, and maybe makes even like her kicking out of the finish work, is that they sold Nia being overconfident because when she
And
pinned
inexperienced.
and when she pinned Bayley after that finish, she just pinned her by putting her foot on top of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or,
You
like,
know,
by just putting your hands on her shoulders. I'm like, this is a
you have to go in for it.
Like,
If she went in for an actual cover and kicked out, then yeah, I can understand that. But
yeah, if she went for an actual cover, she might have won the match.
Yeah.
Like, she probably should have won the match after several of those moves. But yeah, I did like they played up Nia's overconfidence. I was a little bummed by the fact that Eva didn't come out with Nia,
mm,
especially given that that's how this started. I
Yeah.
understand why they didn't, but I was a little bummed that they didn't do that.
yeah, I think maybe going to the fact of like it completely negates my my prediction or whatever about the whole Andre Ted DiBiase thing, but uh, no, and I really liked the match, and I was again, this was a match that I think a lot of people were very interested from the fact that Nia hasn't had much time on the main show to see how she would work in that environment. I thought she did well, and um, like I said before on when we were previewing the show, if the women's title match didn't deliver like work rate level to the past women's title matches, at least we had Emma and Asuka, to where we had that kind of more work rate style kind of women's match. But even this told a really great story, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like from all matches all night, I thought that was the one that had the best story. Uh, they've been doing a good job to tell good stories when with chicks that are not that experienced because it's similar to the Eva one that they told a really good story. Going back to what Mike was saying about how they use the choke a lot of times. Personally, I think they stopped at the point where it was about to be too much. But my only problem was that up until she got Naya on her on her butt pretty much and grabbed the choke, it seemed like uh, she wasn't really like getting a good hold, and it was really annoying me. Up until the last one, when she bent her forward, I was like, oh fuck, that probably hurts a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was gonna happen for a split second during that last one, when Nia was like, when she bent forward and everything. I thought it was going to be a double finish.
Oh, you thought they were going to pin?
I thought like she was gonna bend so far forward because she was losing oxygen that it was actually going to pin Bayley's shoulders to the mat, and we get the tap on the third count.
Oh, that would have been kind of lame.
No, I don't think it would have been because it would have.
Well, I never liked those kind of finishes because I feel like those kind of finishes are like kind of cop outs.
But I think if it's done right, it can be really clever.
Yeah. I think like I said, I thought this was well, and more than even the stuff with Nia Jax, this I feel like really established Bayley as the top dog right now in NXT. Yeah. She is now on the level of Sasha and Charlotte as far as their NXT title runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know where she goes from here. Because,
that's true.
Because they already started teasing Nia and Asuka, but like, how do you get there? Like, unless we revisit Bayley and Emma,
possibly,
which I'd be totally cool with, because Emma's on another level right now. Like it's like Goku and Vegeta. Like Vegeta's finally got to that level of Super Saiyan, and needs to go after Bayley again. Like
yeah, and like there's that. There's the stuff with Eva. I don't think Alexa Bliss is completely done from the women's title stuff. Based off some like the recent promo stuff she's done. Like I think there's a lot of ways you could go with it.
There's also a possibility if they do their annual schedule, bring someone down from the main roster to challenge for a title.
Mm.
We know Natty's not doing shit anyway.
Yeah. Say who'd you say? But yeah, Natty makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
Natty Bayley would probably be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Since Natty was like one of the first, like back when Bayley was doing the whole starstruck like thing when she started, like Natty was one of the first ones where she was like, "Oh my God, it's Natalia!"
Yeah.
Like that'd be a cool story you could tell.
Yeah. All right. Garza, what would you change about Takeover?
My change, as I expressed last week, I'm not a big fan of the Asuka Super Destroyer mode. So I think I would have just taken all the cheating in the Asuka Emma match and just send it to the Enzo and Cass match. Because
Oh
I think
really?
that Emma and Asuka could have had like the same awesome match without the cheating.
But I kind of like the fact that Asuka is the character that, hey, I've seen wrestling before. I know what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like she. I don't. I think to do that with Dash and Dawson would have been detrimental to Dash and Dawson. Because
Like
if
I feel
Dash
like
and Dawson were winning, they're obviously going on to go feud with Jordan and Gable.
Yeah, obviously, but you had to kill Enzo and Cass on the process.
I don't think he killed them. I mean I think
They got hurt bad.
well yeah, but well I mean that sense yeah, but I think that the story, and especially like the post promo thing with Dana and Emma, like they really kind of sold the fact that like their game plan going into this was they needed to try something different to get back at Asuka because they knew like the just wrestling wise it wasn't working. Like, and I mean I think Emma got in enough offense without cheating in the match. Like the cheating stuff only really came towards the end. Like she got enough offense in during the match to where she still looked as good as Asuka did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it had been just like one thing, one cheat, that would be okay. But like it was like three different things that it should have been like a normal finish in the main roster, but Asuka like outsmarted them in all of them. So
I can understand.
even the Eddie Guerrero spot.
Yeah,
Well, I
like
mean, it's also because like they already literally tried the same deal with Asuka. It's like if they had done the Ryback Rusev feud right with Lana pretending. No, it's like, with Lana pretending to be injured. If Ryback was a smarter character, he would have realized, oh, she's not really hurt. He's gonna hit me.
yeah. I think I would agree with you on the multiple cheating like stuff after one after the other, except like for this I give it a pass because I think it did take people on that emotional roller coaster, like especially the whole when Asuka had the belt or whatever and the referee thought she used it or whatever, like that people were really buying into it at that point. And then she got the lock-in or whatever, and then Dana got on the apron, and it's like, oh, well, maybe Emma will win this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right. Eamon, what was your change this week?
Ooh. That's a good question. Is it maybe a case of just, like, the advertising of it, but, like, I would have shown Sami Zayn do something? Like, he has his match next week, which is they taped it right after Takeover. But I would have loved just to see him. You know what I mean?
Now, I have a question. Didn't they advertise that Elias Samson was going to be on the show?
Well, that's the weird thing. Triple H said in his conference call that he was debuting in London, basically.
London. Yeah, but
his debut match will be next week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in London, like they taped it right after TakeOver.
They probably taped it right before.
No, they actually taped it after, I believe.
Really? Okay.
I think they only did the Sami Zayn thing after.
Maybe. Because I know they closed the show with Sami Zayn's match that they taped for the show.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Right. Which is weird, like, not spoiler alert of the match, but like the main event, you have like the giant Finn Balor Samoa Joe amazing thing, and the main event of the actual show is like Sami Zayn versus Ty Dillinger.
hey, who doesn't love Ty Dillinger? All right.
Which, hey, you know. Yeah. But yeah, next week should be fun.
All right. My change is the England crowd.
Oh,
really? No. Not that I would have. Can we transplant some of them to Full Sail?
Oh yes, please, please.
Um, and this is not a knock on Full Sail. It's more of a praising of the England crowd because they did a lot of the sing-songy stuff and all that jazz,
Mm-hmm.
but they also knew when to shut the fuck up and watch the match.
Yeah, and I know a lot of, I guess, like an argument that people like from that England crowd were kind of like, for people who were saying they were snarky or whatever, was like, hey, at least we cheered the heels and booed the, or cheered the faces and booed the heels, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to even do that. Just let the match develop instead of trying to take it over with different chants and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, doing sing-song chants during the intros, that's great. That's when you're supposed to do it.
And all the chants were at least directed at the wrestlers, and it had some kind of like they, you know, whether it was the end zone cast stuff or the stuff with Bayley or whatever, like it was to, you know, get behind those wrestlers. It wasn't just because they thought it would be fun to do, you know.
Yeah.
This actually made me think. Like last week we were talking that Eva is pretty much doomed because she's gonna get bad reactions wherever she goes.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that maybe this type of crowd could probably respect her enough to let her come out and do her stuff and get normal boosts, not nuclear heat boosts.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm curious to see if she's on next week's show.
I don't think she was
I don't think she was in London at all.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Her Instagram shows differently.
Yeah, because she wasn't on the. I don't think she was on the tour at all.
Oh, she was probably doing tribute to the troop stuff.
Either that or like Total
actually, yeah.
Divas or something.
Okay, that's unfortunate because I would have loved to see like a different crowd's reaction to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Brooklyn wasn't horrible to her. Like they booed her, but you know, she had a normal match and everything.
Yeah.
I think the bigger the arena is, then. Oh, also one thing, the rampway at the arena there was awesome.
I like the simplicity of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, oh, it's just a really long ramp, and it's not like elevated or anything. That's really cool.
I even like how they managed to do some of the entrances there. Like for instance, the Baron Corbin one looks so much better in a straight ramp with the lights on the sides. I liked it so much more. For some reason.
Definitely.
They still show Ronco on the Titantron though.
It's just because it has to fit across the whole thing. Yeah.
I know, but they designed the Titantron better.
So, but yeah, going back to the crowds or whatever, obviously the chants were fun. I obviously will have to watch next week for I feel like the chant that got the most like traction over the whole weekend or a whole week, I guess, for the London tour, which was Chad Gable and Jason Jordan's.
All right, well don't spoil what it is.
Well, allegedly at the house show stuff, they were chanting it for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, I've heard the same.
Right.
I saw a video which is similar to when Fandango debuted, that they were singing the song like on the straight train stations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh no.
that's I think the level they have reached.
Don't remind me of that because.
You were part of it.
Well, hey, Chad.
No,
Chad
no, I was not part of it.
Chad Gable and Jason Jordan have much more hope in their future than Fandango does. So
Yes, but if you hear a crowd sing a song for 45 minutes, I don't care what song it is, you will hate the song and that person it's correlated to. You
Especially
absolutely will.
Especially after Jerry Lawler will tell you to sing the song on Raw.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. So next week should be fun. We have that 4-way tag match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gable and Jordan, Vaudevillains, Blake and Murphy, and Hype Bros. So.
Yes, I can't wait for the Hype Bros in London. All right. So was there anything else you guys want to talk about from TakeOver? I thought we pretty much hit all the main points.
Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was a great show. Cool to have them in London.
Where would you guys compare it to the other TakeOvers?
At least third for me, because I still think Respect and Brooklyn are better.
Yeah, I think this is more.
And to be honest, I can't remember anything before Respect.
Yeah, this is probably better than like some of the earlier ones in the year, but I think, yeah, I enjoyed it. I think Brooklyn and Respect, just with some of the stories that were going into it, had a bit bigger, lasting memory on it. But I still think this was a great show.
I think it was also that in the Brooklyn one especially, there was a lot of things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just look at the results from this, the most shocking result is that Baron Corbin won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the Dash and Dawson one.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if that's that shocking.
Well, I mean,
I know we all want Enzo and Cass to win, but is it really that shocking? That you know what I mean? Like, nothing happened in terms of the champs retained.
Yeah. Oh, speaking also, my other favorite part of TakeOver, speaking of Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews, I love Indie Mark Baron Corbin.
I know what you're going to say.
He just screamed. Like, did he think Apollo Crews was Moose?
Maybe. But here's the thing. People were like, Baron, he's not from Ring of Honor. And I was telling people, I actually kind of like that. Like, I like that he doesn't know where Apollo Crews is actually from,
Yeah,
Baron Corbin is a perfect representation, I think, of Vince McMahon. Like, he just thinks that Ring of Honor is the Indies.
he probably assumed, like...
Why don't you go back to New Japan, damn it?
He probably assumed Dean Ambrose was from Ring of Honor when he got signed. And it's like, no...
You probably thought Asuka was from Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But no, I like that. Like, I like that he's that kind of guy that's like,
Well,
just
yeah,
assumes.
and he's a heel. He doesn't have to be correct.
Exactly.
Like, in fact, it's better if he's not correct.
His gimmick is that he's a meathead. Like,
he is Fulton from the Mighty Ducks.
Sawyer Fulton?
No. Fulton Reed.
No,
all right, yeah.
Whatever happened to Fulton?
Don't ask.
He became a lawyer in Hell's Kitchen. Anyway, Garza, where can the good people find you on the internet?
You can find me at DW Revolution, and you can Twitter, and you can find me at dwrestlingrevolution.com, where you can already go and check out our thoughts on NXT London.
Excellent. Eamon, where can the good people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Eamon2, please. They can also check out the wrestling organization that I'm a part of, which is Inspire Pro Wrestling, on twitter.com/InspireProReds.
Excellent. You can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. You can also find me as part of the Top 50 Countdown list on WrestlingAudio.com's Top 50 of 2015. And seriously, if you're watching this, go check out the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We just had episode 500 this past week.
Did that.
Yeah, if you want to hear about wrestling, don't listen to that show. We talked way more about wrestling on this one. But still, it was a fun-ass show to watch and to be a part of, and it was just fantastic. And also, I think we may have some surprises for the Midweek War in the coming weeks. We've had a few discussions about what to do with TNA, especially if they're not even showing it on Destination America anymore. I also think that we should have a breakdown of the Lucha Underground Season 2 trailer.
I think so.
I think we absolutely should do that.
And also, we're throwing around an idea. I don't know if you want to talk about it, Mike.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
In the absence of TNA for at least a couple weeks, we know, before they join on Pop TV. I don't know what they're doing in the meantime. TNA has been posting their old Asylum shows weekly on their YouTube channel for free, and I feel we should watch them and review them. Because
I kind of want to. I really do. I think that would be fun because I've never seen those shows.
So fans of the show, if you think we'd rather be doing the Asylum years, go to Facebook or go to Twitter and let us know. Do you want to do Asylum years or Impact Zone?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, once Impact goes to Pop, we're going to have to come back and review it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the fans want.
All right. Well, we will find out what happens with the future of Impact Wrestling. But so for Antonio Garza, for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War Jolly Good Show.